Hey guys, this is gamercal. Welcome back to Mountain of Faith Touhou number 10. We are going to do the extra stage today. Again, if it's not been recorded and shown already, I don't know. Well, I have recorded this once already, and it wasn't clear, but I wasn't happy with it at all. I played very badly for one, and I was basically just kind of ranting about how much I hate this extra yada yada. It's not even that hard, I just don't like it. But that was with Marisa C, and Marisa C is not the most ideal of shot types for fighting the boss of this stage. Therefore, I'm going to use one that's a lot more beneficial for that, and that is Reimu B. The caveat is Reimu B is probably one of the worst ones to do the stage itself with alongside Marisa B, so yeah, case in point, I kind of suck. But hopefully it's not going to impact too much. It's just I have to sort of relearn how best to tackle this to get all of the items and stuff, which is going to be very annoying. I actually don't know how I'm gonna do this bit without the familiars that I'm used to having, to be honest. I guess that works. There we go. That's what you want to do. And then down here, right? Okay. That is what you want to do, though. Having seen that now, that is definitely the way that you would want to tackle this, is to take them out whilst being down here. Yeah, that makes it much easier. Okay, so, bullet spawning luck aside, this stage is largely aimed fire, and it's not the most entertaining of stages as a result. But, having said that, using Reimu B for this is definitely making this a lot weirder, and yes, I failed the simple streaming stuff, so what, I don't care. For this bit, misdirect it the right way round, go to the left first, and then in this pass you want to go to the right, because that's where the other fire is gonna come from, and I totally screwed that up. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Does it really matter in the end? Kind of, because it means I don't get as many points, but I'm just gonna get points there instead, so who cares. And then here, a very silly bit, which is awesome fun to do. It's just silly. Circling around the fairies, going to kill them, doing a very poor job of killing the fairies by circling around. That is what you want to do every day, is to do a very poor job of what you're supposed to be doing. That just means I'm going to not kill nearly so many of them, but oh well. We still killed most of them, just one missing. Anyway, it's kinda cool. Well, we are in the Moira Shrine, and apparently she has an ever-resting friend sleeping over the other side of the shrine, which is why we are going there in the first place. She is the longest extra stage mid-boss, but she's by far and away not the hardest one. This attack is not really too bad so long as you're paying attention and seeing exactly where the trails are coming from. It's a very easy one. This one, also pretty easy. It's a double streaming thing. Basically, they're aimed twice. Just try not to move until all of them have turned white, so that they don't come ahead and kill you. Well, it's technically grey, but whatever. Then this attack is the only really challenging one, and it took me quite a long time to be able to capture this. The idea is to lure it kind of like that. It's basically the exact same every time you play it, so lure it away and capture it like that. Really, that's just about all I can say, and that is all the extra lives you're going to get during this stage, so make sure you use them well. Just gonna bomb this because I screwed up the start of that. It's not that bad, but yeah, because I messed it up. And same with this, I screwed it up, so whatever. It's streaming. It's kind of wide streaming, so it's annoying to collect the items as well with this. I don't really care, I'm gonna use another bomb. There's plenty more power left yet in this stage, so I'm not too fussed about bombing a couple of times here. I will try not to bomb this, but actually I should bomb this because I'll get a lot more score from this, but I'll try not to bomb this. Just because I'm going to bomb this bit instead, and yep, wait right into the middle, bomb it all so I get the maximum amount out of that. And there are a couple of power items there, so we still have full power. So, yep, if she is Kanako's friend, then she's another god, but they're not actually friends. Yeah, this is seeing Reimu's side of the text this time. So yeah, she selfishly sent the shrine to here, and then shamelessly went, oh, it'll be fine. Yeah, whatever, it's an enemy! The shrine is technically not Kanako's. Used to be this person, Suwako Mura's. If we've not already seen her, I don't know how I'm going to do it all yet, but yeah, it got taken away because she got beaten up by Kanako. So yeah, free to stay around. How can people's faith in you rise if you're not actually the one visible in the shrine, or being the owner of it? It just doesn't quite make sense. Yeah, we are that shrine maiden, and we came to find out the secrets of the shrine. I don't really know why, but whatever. Yeah, we did play with those too. Not exactly. Reimu thinks so, but not exactly. Yeah. Omatsuri festivals. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Times that gods play with humans. So, yeah, they are just little god plays. So, Danmaku festival time. Let's go. Non-spells almost entirely revolve around the charms. This one's actually probably the hardest one, to be perfectly honest, because most of the others are streaming, so yeah. And then we have this spell. It's a stupid spell card. You've got to just know what to do with this one. Misdirect all the stuff coming from above by going to the side of the left, of not even the left, of where the green lasers are, because the green lasers are the longer trail. Which means you have to use those, use the shorter red trail in order to get round. It made no sense whatsoever in the way I explained that, but hey. As I said, most of the non-spells are streaming. Even if this doesn't really look like streaming, it still is, so yeah, don't be afraid by that. Be annoyed by this spell card, however. I hate this spell. It's mostly because I use Marisa, and holy crap, I got away with that? Aha! Okay. Reimu Hacksbox for the rescue win, I suppose, but yeah, it's ridiculously tight, that spell, and I just don't like it at all. But Reimu makes it much easier. Anyway, this is a Moira tradition, so there's not much to say about that. Iron Ring thing, it's kind of annoying because you've kind of got to misdirect it and hope that you don't wall yourself in the process, which is why I'm going to have to dash up here. Try and stick to one place when you get up to the top of the screen. If you can stay there for a little bit, it does make it a fair bit easier to do. Admittedly, Marisa C and Reimu A are much better at this card. I got away with that as well? Are you serious? Wow, I'm getting really lucky here, I'm not gonna lie. That is two definite times which I probably should have died, and I did not. So I'm getting pretty lucky. Anyway, this non-spell is all very simple streaming. It's kind of the same deal as, what's-its-face, Flaundra's one, there we go. And now, Jade of the Horrid River. I don't overly like this spell card because the way I do it tends to get me walled more often than not, but, yeah, I always stream it down the way, even though it's probably a bad idea, as we saw there. I kind of got walled, but, I'm not very good at skipping up in the middle of the card, so I just do it that way. But, yeah, I kind of failed it this time. Same non-spell as number 2, so kind of simple enough streaming. I don't like this spell card because sometimes it doesn't give you a gap to get through. The idea is to obviously skip through whilst the things are sort of exploding and circle around Suwako when you do so, but sometimes the gaps just don't open up, and it's not a good card as a result. Now, non-spell number 6 is the same idea as non-spell number 3, just left and right movement. Try to move up a little bit every time there as well, because it does help. And then 7 stones, 7 trees. The idea is that you are to go in and out of the pebble waves. I guess they're pebbles. They're pill bullets is what I usually call them. But they are supposed to be pebbles in this one, I guess. So whatever. It looks nice. And it's not that hard, except for the fact of the pill bullets have got a rather large hitbox. So just be wary of them. And now more of this streaming non-spell. I've kind of screwed myself up a little bit here, but Reimu B is very good in general at taking on Suwako's spell cards, non-spells even. But yeah, I'm just gonna bomb that because honestly, restreaming that is really, really hard. Now for the best freaking spell name ever, Froggy Braves the Elements. This one is fantastic. It's kind of hard. You're supposed to be forcing your way up a little bit more and then, you know, moving downwards when the thing gets a bit more dense. But, yeah, so long as you are alert, it always freaking catches me right at the very end there. I hate that spell card because of that, but it does have an awesome name, so I kind of forgive it. Don't auto-collect the items here, by the way, unless you are, you know, really masochistic, because, yeah, I only auto-collected them because I was kind of in invincibility frames anyway. And now she has 2 survival cards to just about finish her off, and I really don't like either of them. This one is barely doable. I think I'm kind of screwing myself up here, but yeah, I am totally screwed now because that was not the way this was supposed to go. So yeah, I hate this spell card. It's horrible, it's nearly impossible, and yeah, the idea is you're supposed to do something kind of like this so that you can misdirect them properly, but, you know, freaking dying right at the end there shows that that card is just bullshit, really. This one isn't any better. In fact, I have never captured this one, and I never will capture this one because I just don't know how to finish it. And it's probably the hardest survival spell card out of all of the extra stages, and that's kind of saying something because, yeah, this is generally an easy fight, but this freaking spell card is the worst thing in existence, and yeah. It alternates between vines and the rings coming from above. The rings alternate between the random and aimed, and the thing gets much faster as it goes along, until in the end 2 waves of everything is kind of coming at you at the last bit. I think staying in the middle is actually kind of a trap on this, but I don't actually know how to do it otherwise, so that is what I end up trying to do, is to stay in the middle. Even if it's not the best of ideas, I don't know how to do it otherwise. So, yeah, also get myself walled. I generally have to use about 3 bombs on this, because at the end it just gets flat out impossible, and I really have no idea what the hell to do. Yeah, because that happens, and that's pretty much it. Then, the last spell card, goes from the hardest survival spell card in the series to the easiest final spell in the series. I don't know how that works, but it does. It's a bit of an eyesore though, so if you're not very keen on this sort of thing, then, well, sucks to be you. But, it's not too hard, to be perfectly honest. It's probably easier than half of her other spells, really, when it gets down to it. It gets faster as it goes along. There is 5 phases to this thing in speed, with an extra one if you try and time it out. And yeah, this is already down at the last phase. As you can see, I have a sort of regular pattern as to do that. I used to do it pure horizontal, but I found it now easier to do it with vertical movement as well. I think that's because I've been playing Horror Elixir a little bit, and that's what I have to try and do to do that. Oh, it's all that about a festival. Yes, it is normal Danmarku play. This is how gods play. Yeah. Danmarku is an everyday thing for those in Gensokyo, yep. No, it's not so bad to live here. It's decided, we are staying here. Yeah, it would be great to have them there. A lot of people would come. Danmarku Festival, yes, Danmarku Festivals are awesome, we'll have those. An annual grand festival. Say, isn't it round about the time in Gensokyo when this... No, it's gonna be summertime next, isn't it? I don't know, but anyway, the point is to know a little bit more about Secrets here, so we're going home. Okay, we'll do that. Suwako might well join us instead. Provide the divine services so Kaneko does the sales. Yeah, gods is a weird area. So, yeah, not my best clear of the stage. My other clear I actually only died once, which was kinda cool. But, who cares? It's clear nonetheless, it's much better than what I did before. and overall I'm just a lot happier. So yeah, I think this is going to be the sole extra stage thing I put up. Which is kind of funny because this is the very first attempt of Reimu B-ness which I did with this as well. Anyway, a very quick show of the game using Marisa A because it's the only shot type we haven't seen yet. Apart from Reimu A, but Reimu A is default homing. We all know what Reimu A homing is like. The homing is a little bit better in this game though, because it's a bit stronger and it tends to home on enemies on the other side of the screen if it gets a choice. But yeah, here is Marisa's Gradius style play. It is basically just options going behind you. As you can see, they trail away and you get stuff for it. You can focus to lock them in place, which is kind of nice, but they're just not strong enough to really dent anything. That's why this is not a good shot type. They're good at clearing fairies, but every shot type is good at clearing fairies, so you know. It just lacks power, and if you try and use it for aiming stuff like this, you see the spread is non-existent, so you've got to be very, very underneath the enemies. It does have a cool animation, however. The whole what's its face? The whole glowy thing around the enemies looks awesome, so it gets props for looks, but other than that, not really much of anything. I'm not really doing very much with this, by the way. I'm just going to get to Minoriko so we can see what it's like against the boss with spell cards and stuff, and that will be pretty much it, so yeah. So, here we go. Final thing with this. Overall, this game is not exactly bad. It is very much on the easy side for Touhou, and with well-placed bombs and stuff you can use, and you can use a hell of a lot of them. Bombing is, of course, the way to succeed, and planned bombs are very, very good for collecting faith. That's not something I really showed during the game as much, but especially during stage 6 when you're not using Marisa C, you can bomb and get tons and tons of faith off of that. So scoring is very weird in this game. Also, this is how this spell card looks like on normal. It's kind of weird. Basically the same idea as it is on hard, it's just instead of the instant spawning lasers, it has very slow moving normal lasers. But yeah, that is pretty much it. But yeah, overall, if you're looking to get into Touhou, this is probably the second game I would suggest playing. The first one I would suggest is obviously Imperishable Night, because the easy mode on that is really nothing at all. Also, this one has tricky attacks to do. Some of this is not easy if you're not looking to bomb. If you're looking to just clear the game, this one's easy, but if you're looking to clear it well, it's not as easy. But yeah, this one and then 10 Desires that's just come out is also pretty straightforward, so yeah, that is basically the ones I would suggest if you want to start Touhou first. Anyway, this has been gamercal playing Touhou 10 Mountain of Face Extra Stage, doing better and actually being happier with it. And join me next time when it's not going to be Touhou, but in terms of Touhou LPs, join me next time for Subterranean Animism. Should be pretty fun, you know, we're starting to get into the legit hard ones now as well, so should be good times. So yeah, see you guys later.